Chief Secretary Farley Augustine says there are powers granted to the THA under the Constitution that are not being exercised in Tobago. Speaking at a TPP political meeting, he argued that by electing TPP MPs, the THA would finally be able to exercise its full powers while also pushing for greater autonomy. More in this report from Kandace Jackson.
Chief Secretary Farley Augustine criticized the PNM-led central government for failing to allow the THA to exercise its authority over town and country operations, even though that authority is outlined in the Constitution.
We sat down with the line minister, we sat down with the PS in the Ministry of Planning, we sat down with all of the heads in town country planning, we sent our lawyers down to Trinidad, the Parliamentary Council sat down with our lawyers, we examined the THA Act, and we came to the conclusion together that it must be the THA to execute.
Augustine said the THA was told to write to the then Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley for approval, but nothing ever came of it. He claimed this was one of many instances where Tobago's wishes were dismissed by the PNM, another being the way maritime disputes were handled.
You could sit down home and just hear willy-nilly. Your Prime Minister today met with the Prime Minister of Barbados and they made an agreement for use of Tobago waters. And poor you in Tobago had zero saying that. No consultation whatsoever.
The Chief Secretary said it is unfair that Tobagonians have no power over what happens in their maritime space. He added that any future changes to the legislation should take this into account.
And I'm telling you, Tobago and Tobago People's Party, we will not accept any legislation that does not give the people of Tobago authority over its full space.
He stressed that Tobago is not seeking to create conflict with international neighbors, but simply wants to manage marine activities in a way that supports the island's development without contradicting national laws. Augustine also slammed the PNM's claim that the THA, under its current constitutional framework, cannot request more financial allocations, especially based solely on its annual tax contribution of $200 million.
And every bit of resource, including hydrocarbons, that comes out of this space is part of Tobago's contribution to the national purse. So when they stand up and they tell you that they don't contribute nothing to the national purse, tell them that they lie.
The Chief Secretary said it is time the country recognizes Tobago's true worth and support its developmental goals. Kandace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.